Not if you can hear me. Is there anyone at home? Alrighty. So sick of looking at this thing. Alright, let's get back to it. I did my math today, and if my math is correct, and it's never wrong, there's something like 45 hours in this thing. That's a lot of time. So yeah, there's a lot of time in this one already. You know, it's just that I checked my math. That's an old person stupid. I did the math. Sorry. If I remember correctly, we were trying to figure out if it was legal to look at, you know, some Hollywood actress or whatever it was. Like, no, I did the math. They're very age, yeah. But anyway, yeah, it was like, dude, there's like 40 some, you know. By the time tonight's episode is over, there should be about 48 hours in this page. That's a long time. It's funny because I think it's pretty close to what I did on the like the very first thing I streamed on here many moons ago. It was about 48 hours. I think it's about the same too for like loose painting. So maybe it's about right maybe for the size canvas. Doesn't make me any happier about it, but maybe it's just about right. Especially because those other ones too. This was a very complicated piece. There's a lot of stuff going on here. You can't tell. If you can't tell, what the fuck are you looking at? Yeah, I've mentioned on here a couple times my love-hate relationship with Amazon Music. And one of my absolute hates of it has to be the fact that, like, if there's an album you really like and you don't own, you know, you're listening to it through the Amazon, you know, stream list. In my case, I have Prime and I did their unlimited or whatever for whatever month, X amount per month or whatever. It's like $8 a month. They don't seem to ever have the really good songs you want to listen to. And, like, I don't know why. I really do not know why today. This popped in my head. But I like, just felt the need. And I'm saying this when I know there's pretty much nobody here. At least there seems to be nobody here. I felt the need to listen to the Aladdin soundtrack. Like the original cartoon and soundtrack. And I was like, I want to listen to that. I want to listen to that. I want to listen to that. You know? Kids don't throw the movie on at any time for some reason. You know? Like, I want to listen to it. I want to listen to songs. You know? I just kind of, I was driving home and we were stuck in some traffic, so just, you know, quick searched it, popped it on. I had it playing. And, like, you know, one step, you know, comes on. I'm in the car and I'm already kind of grooving with it. One step. You like, all right, yeah, everything's gonna improve. Oh, by the way, I forgot. It's Thirsty Thursday. Salut. If rum and Pepsi. Anyway, what was I saying? So anyway, like I said, that comes on. There's a couple other things. Street fried, need it, I'm like, okay, cool. You know. And, in my head, everyone, I'm sure anyone would if they were listening to this. In your head, you're going, all right, let's get to Friend Like Me. Come on. Let's get to it. Let's do it. And so I'm listening, and then there's some instrumental stuff. I'm like, okay, this must be like, the random scenes, like this is him and Jasmine escaping or whatever, blah, 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 blah. This is them in the Cave of Wonders or something. Okay, cool, whatever. And then I hear it. I hear, I can show you the world. And it's like, wait. Back the fuck up here a second. Like, where the hell happened to Friend Like Me? Where's Prince Ali? God damn it, where the hell did all this stuff go? Right, and sure enough, Amazon Music and Music Unlimited do not have that. It is removed from the album. I was like, oh, fuck this. So once again, Amazon Music disappoints me. Dev, what's going on? Thank you for the host. It's been so long since I heard that I had to remember what the hell that meant. Wait, what's that alert? I know someone's drawing on the host, so I don't know if you're actually here or not. But if you are, what's up? I have not been able to check in. My work has been garbage recently. So I've not been able to play marbles like I want to. If you are streaming tomorrow, I will. I'll be working from home. I have a second computer I can do that joining us from NetDev's channel. Welcome. We're nearing this end game here. This thing's just been dragging on recently, and I just want to get done. See, I'm Irish, but not a leprechaun. You can fight and step up and we'll get it on. You get it right to the grill. I'm white and I'm ill, a descendant of Dublin with Titanic skill. I duck that swing, next thing your jaw's broken. Shit, man, please to make me laugh. These Irish eyes are smiling, a buck while in the house. The pain is pumping, start jumping, freaking, funky, backseat trunking. If you can't get with it, you wind up sweating it. So, come off. We got the cake that's trying to get a crumb off. The Irish styling, the Celtic jazz. This painting's been confusing the hell out of me sometimes, because some of these parts, like, even just in the same section, like, fly out like no problem, and others just take for fucking ever. I probably spent more time in just this area than I probably spent in all of there. It's crazy. I think part of it is like a mental thing from the 24-hour stream I did for this. It's like, it just sort of, you know, flashback a little.
All my friends know what you gotta say. Let's hit the hay. Have no delay. Hey yo, by the way, top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
If you guys are over on NetDev's channel checking this in, you might want to, if you want to see the reference photo, you got to click over to my thing and hit the Discord link. It'll show you the reference photo we're working off of. Yeah, there's a good shot if you guys want to start. Painting along, you might beat me to it. Oh, it's also Thirsty Thursday, so I got my rum and coke tonight. Little Captain Morgan, 100 proof. And not a whole lot of coke to go with it. Actually, it's Pepsi, but whatever.
You never look so good. Sipping life down like I wish I could. These salty tears are all that's left to shed. The sound and the color lies a man. It's on the future, already in the past. But he hasn't much to say. Thank the gods, it's Judgment Day. He said I left my home where the dead never rose, for the streets of gold I've yet to find. And at the end of the day, all you can do is pray. Sweet angel of my youth, where have you gone? You flew away too soon.
Oh, where's my thingy on my stick?
Yeah, be blind. Tomorrow comes a day to sin. Tomorrow comes a day to sin. All you can do is pray without hope. Well, you might as well be blind.
Part of me wants to put on there, yeah, tonight that this is the finale, but I don't know if it is or not. As I said, it doesn't seem like much. It's this tiny little fucking thing. Alright. And yet, like I said, this can take for these little details, these little tiny strokes that I can't really be just slapping paint on, you know? Take it a little easy so it looks right. Moldy, musky moss on there. Let's get some maybe a minute before it fucks up. I suppose I should be mildly thankful that I have been a little slow on this last bit of this. And this. See, I'm still waiting on stretchers to come in for the next painting. I really don't like painting on pre-stretched canvases. I'll do it on occasion if I have to. I just think it makes it more mine if I stretch it myself. Whoop. A little more than I wanted on there. And of course, the stretchers I wanted were not like prime available, so I'm like, So it has been a rather disappointing week so far. So they're not here yet. I do understand, and I do know that, unfortunately, just the way that this camera is like behind me, that some of this stuff just does not show up here. And even when I take good photos of my work, a lot of times there's stuff that just doesn't come up. I harp on this all the time. You usually get a little better shot over on Facebook or on Instagram at the end of the night. What's been done over the night, you know. And then once the piece is finished, I usually put up a good shot. But even then, I'll tell you, even with my best photos, I've still had stuff that it's like, yeah, you don't see that unless you're in person. whenever I show again. Anybody's in the Philly area, I'll let you guys know and come see. I mean, technically, I can show with the Philadelphia, the Philly Art Collective, pretty much anytime I want. Like whenever they do one of their events, as a member of that. The only trick with them is like, it's a one and done like night show. Like it's like you put your stuff up, you know, like 4:30, 5 o'clock. Doors open at 6. It's over by 9. You have to take everything down. It was kind of neat though to do. I mean, I don't think I'll do it again until it's warmer out, because I think that hurt the attendance of the show. Because a lot of people, like the night I showed, it was like they called for snow and we got snow, and it was like, you know. But they're like the second Saturdays of every month.
So close yet so far away, she didn't seem to notice that this silly schoolboy crush wasn't just pretend. Changed, no one ever looked to talk to. I loved as a kid is now a 7-11. Close your eyes and it's past, story of my life.
If anybody is curious, this is Bushkill Falls in the Poconos. I have no idea who that is. They were just there when I took the picture.
I only wish the good times would last a little longer. As we had what you're doing. At the edge of my bed, I strum my guitar and I sing down a love stop. and do what you think is right. Close your eyes and it's past. Story of my life.
Holy shit, I'm gonna drop in a lot of frames, aren't I? What the hell's going on here? Two point some percent. Fuck, man. I wish my computer has a fucking update needs to be done. I decided that when I checked for it earlier, it's like, nah, we don't. Oh, yeah, we do. I bet that's what it was. So I apologize for the choppiness. Not really missing much, I guess. It's me moving slowly back and forth. Don't need a helmet, got a hard head. Don't need a raincoat, I'm already wet. Don't need a bandage, there's too much blood on the rust, to roll right off. Nah. Don't need a hand, there's always arms attached. I don't get behind, I can't fall back. I must trust all these rusted rains, so they don't want no change. We already failed. But I've been sure, oh Lord, I'm just like you. Think we've I'm cheating a little bit here. I usually try to paint whatever's underneath first. So normally, the way I would do this, like what I did all through back here, you know, worked back here and came all the way to the front, you know. Just with this area here, I was like, I really don't know how. If I slap on, you know, all the dark colors here, you know, and they're not just right in the right spot, you know, I'm like, these poles, you know, all these little posts or whatever, are going to get really chunky. They're not even going to be, like, good. They're going to, because they get the brush stroke going this way and stuff. I already run into a little bit of that up here when I added some of these leaves in after all this shit dried. You know, something that's supposed to be really straight. And leaves doesn't matter, you know, leaves a bit, whatever, you know. But, I don't like to have things look like I've been painting around them. You know, I like to have it, like, look built up. But in this case, it's like I had to get these things in first. I had no idea. So it's like now I'm trying to, like, make it look sort of like I've been painting through it, and not really, and, you know, it's not 100% effective, but it gives it some texture, it gives it some life, and see, the thing is about this stuff is they're all like, there's nothing in that area. Of course, it's too much right there. I will pull back. There's really nothing in that area that doesn't have at least some green on it, like anywhere. I mean, the rocks are moss covered. The, you know, trees are all moss covered. Can't swing your dick around there without hitting something that's going to be covered a little bit in green. By the way, if you're touring Bushkill Falls, I would recommend you do not swing your dick around there. Families go there. That gets you put on a list. Speaking of getting put on a list, my wife and I have been talking for a while now that we're probably going to Vegas for our 15th anniversary in May. And, you know, we've been shooting the shit about what to do, you know, where to go, looking at packages and stuff to, you know, flight and hotel or whatever. But we're also both very cheap. So we're like looking for things that are, you know, close to where we want to go. Because we're not gamblers. We're not going to gamble. You know, if we gamble at all, she'll gamble because she wins. I don't. And even that, it's unlikely. So what we're talking about, we're like, well, you know, we're going to try to go see Penn and Teller because it's been years since we've seen them. Last time we saw them, we were in like really terrible seats at the Merriam, I think. I think it was at the Merriam Theater. Pretty sure. Regardless, though, it's been a very long time. And I was like, all right, we need to go see them again. And she also wants to go see Siegfried and Roy's Gardens and stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, let's look what's around there, you know, and we're looking at Paris. We're looking at, like, the Balisaire. And I was like, oh, they're right across from the Bellagio, too. And my wife's just immediately like, you're not putting it in lockdown again. Because there's a gallery there. And I've told the story a couple times on here, I know. But you never know who's new. If you've heard the story before, and you've been on here plenty of times, please, by all means, tell me to shut the fuck up. But, when I was 21, my mom and dad took me and my brother out there with them. And, yeah, the Bellagio has that art gallery, like I said, and my mom's like, oh, let's go over to the art gallery. Yeah, Brian, I love it. So we go over to the art gallery and looking through some of the stuff there, you know, whatever. And now I have a nasty habit when it comes to paintings, because of the way I paint, especially. I use a lot of little brush strokes and stuff. So I like to get like this, check it out, and then go back here. You know, I go like this, go like that. And, you know, actually I like to go like back over there, and then check it out again, go up here, you know, figure out how it all works. So I was pointing something like that out to my mom, and they have laser guards, like, in front of the paintings, apparently. And if you cross that line, apparently, the art gallery goes on lockdown. So the art gallery goes on lockdown, and you just hear my brother from across the other side of the gallery. Where's Brian? So my wife's convinced that if we go there again, I'll end up on lockdown. You know, we'll go on lockdown again, and I will be put on a list.
Something in the accent, my palms are getting wet, sweating bullets.
What time is it? Alright, this is actually really good. This puts me in a good mood right now. That's oh fuck, it's not done. Fuck! Why didn't anybody warn me about that thing? Ugh. Whole area under there. Fucking forgot. Fuck. Chick stick it. Big X, big X, big X. Sweating, 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 sweating.
Well, me, it's nice talking to myself. A credit to dementia. Someday you too will know my pain and smile its black-toothed grin. Won't take a day off, I'll be dead. My icy fingers claw your back. Here I come again.
I am no Metallica fan in the least, but I totally get them getting rid of Dave Mustaine. As I said, I'm no Metallica fan, but picture any Metallica song sung by Dave Mustaine.
I'm sharpening the axe.
No, they're giving everybody that little vocal nightmare in their heads.
touch is me. Have a seat. Let me clap dirty wings. Let me take a ride. Hurt yourself. What's now? Please myself. Got some rope. Haven't told. Promise you. Haven't true. Let me take a ride. Hurt yourself. Want some help? Please myself. Polly wants a cracker.
That's some good rum. Shouldn't be too much there, but we're gonna put a little more out just to be safe.
I'm in town. Promise you. Polly says her back hurts. She's just as bored as me. She caught me off my guard. Makes me the will of instinct. Yes, it may. I'm a saint. Let me clap dirty wings. Let me take a ride. Cut yourself. Want some help? Please myself. Got some rope. I'm told. Promise you. I'm true. Want me to take a ride? Cut yourself. Want some help? Please myself.
That's right, there was stuff down there too I forgot about. This is good. This leaves me with that out of the way. Now that's where it's going to stay. Let's put it that way. I'm tired of that stuff so much. I'm so tired of it. We'll see. Anyways, with that done, or at least appearing to be done at this point, this leaves me a lot of space and time to, work out some of these last little bits. This has been a good spot. I'm very happy with that. Alright, where does this crosses over right over here, which is why this was not very filled in. That's right. The other night my hand hit over here and I was like, oh fuck, I fucked it up. And I wrote, like, no, it's because I left a lot of open area there for some of these to pop in, you know? And see, for the most part, I'm just sort of trying to, you know, picture more about how the leaves feel and look more than I'm not going to try to be specific about them. So I used to have a drawing teacher, Mr. Rossman, who was like obsessed with trying to be like 1,000% accurate. Like, I was like, that's mathematically impossible. But he would sit there and he would draw, like he'd had a drawing on display at one of the galleries there for like the faculty show or whatever. Like they do it every year. And if you went every year, you'd realize you were looking at the exact same drawing of the same exact tree that he had been working on. Except you could, if you were really astute, you'd realize that there were minor changes done to it. And what he would do is he would literally sit there and, you know, I guess every day or whenever, every day that he could, he would go out, he would stare at this tree, and he'd be like, you know, branch by branch. And while it sounds admirable at first, you have to realize that it actually is quite literally insane. And I'm not trying to, like, you know, knock him for the dedication to it, but at some point you have to stop. Because at some point, you have to realize that every year, every day, that tree grows. So every year, every day of every year, that tree goes a little bit farther this way on this side, and a little bit farther on this side, and that branch is twisted around a little bit. My wife and I run into that every year with our goddamn Christmas decorations, as stupid as that sounds. So I took a video of how our Christmas decorations were set up, you know. I have a video from like 2 years ago. And if you look at it, and you look at it compared to my tree, you start to realize, and I should say my tree, like, you know, not only the inside Christmas tree, I mean the outside tree that we have, this Japanese maple, you realize that I'd be looking at a branch, that branch, I'm looking at the video, well, the branch isn't there. Oh, the branch, it's over here now. Because trees, as they grow, they do that. Very slowly. Yeah. So you have to, like, pay attention to shit like that. And so it's like, I feel bad for him. It's like, dude, I know what you're after, but you might as well just set up a still life and try to draw that perfectly. Because the tree is not going to fucking work with you. You know? He was a huge admirer of Giacometti, and that's where he got his idea about this stuff from. And it's like, dude, Giacometti painted, you know, well, he sculpted usually, but, you know, when he did do paintings and portraits, he did people that would sit there for days on end and be forced to suffer through that shit. But at least that sort of makes sense. You know, okay, well, people don't, you know, don't change in a few days as much as a tree will change over the course of a couple of years. Then again, I should also mention that my most vivid memory of this drawing teacher is him standing in front of me as I had a little still life in front of us. You know, we had this, like, drawing, you know, apparatus or whatever. Like, it was basically designed to help you with perspective and everything. And had a little still life set up on the table that we had created with this thing. And as I'm drawing this thing, I've still life with like little cereal boxes and a fucking distortion pedal or whatever else. As I'm drawing, he comes over and he has shredded paper and he just starts going, ah, ah, ah. And he made that noise, swear to God. Ah. And you're like, the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, seriously, like, if he literally had said, you know, I'll get you, my pretty, I wouldn't have been shocked. Like, and it was like, okay, all right, cool. The fuck are you doing? Like, literally, you know. And it's like, now draw that. It's like, the picture changed on you. You gotta adapt. Okay, shut the fuck up. It's like, holy shit, dude, stop making the noise. Do whatever, just stop making the fucking noise. Whoever said art school wasn't challenging. Got the old fucking wackos, dude. And scattered on dawn's highway bleeding, ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind. Blood in the streets in the town of New Haven. Blood stains the roots in the palm trees of Venice. Blood is the love, is the terrible summer. Bloody red sign of fantastic LA. Blood scrapes the brains to chop off the finger. Blood will be born in the birth of a nation. Blood is the rose of mysterious union. And blood in the streets is up to my ankles. See, blood in the streets is up to my knees. Blood in the streets of town at Chicago. Blood on the rise is following me. Oh, that's Christmas music, man. No. 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 Bad Amazon music. I'm not the guy who cared about love, and I'm not the guy who cared about fortunes and such. Never cared much. Oh, look at me now. I never knew the technique of kissing. I never knew the thrill I could get from your touch. Never knew much. Oh, look at me now. I'm a new man, better than Casanova at his best. With a new heart, brand new star. I'm so proud I'm busting my vest. So I'm the guy who turned down a lover. So I'm the guy who left at those blue diamond rings. One of those things. Oh, look at me now. Cared about love and I'm not the guy. Cared about fortunes and such. Never cared much. Oh, look at me now. I never knew the thrill I could get from your touch. Never knew much. Oh, look at me now. Man better than Casanova at his very best. those blue diamond rings. One of those things. Oh, look at me now. God damn, that's not fair. For a second I thought this was Jungle Boogie. It's a psycho drum thing. Let's get that. Ah, look, there it is. There's that fucking update. That's why I'm dropping frames left and right. Goddamn computer. That's a good thing. This might not be a full episode now, because like I was really concerned that I wasn't even going to have enough time to finish that, let alone get in these trees and get the last bit of flowers left to do up at the top. But I might even have time to like get those flowers in, touch these up a little bit, touch up there a little bit, call it a day. I'll be honest with you, I think I put too much rum in. It's because of you. And I'm dumb enough to say that it's about time to give the kids kisses goodnight, and I'm going to go get some more. Not a whole lot more, but I'm going to give a refill. I can do my thing on the water. A string attached to my thing. When you pull my string, I can do my thing like a otter. With a booty affair, this is the big one. And you thought your average one is funk. The Olympics. But before I go in, let's clean off a few bad spots here, because I need a little more space on this, and I don't want to start another palette page, you know? So let's see. This can scrape off here. Get that off of there. Let's get this off of here. Maiden name Rita. Dukes Wiggles and Wind. Nothing. When you put my thing, I can do my thing like I want to. And the book attached to my thing. When you pull my string, I can do my thing. So they're an idiot. I've been through the trash tonight too, because that's pretty fill there. Alright, so let me run in, give the kids a kiss. Good night. Gotta clean my hands too. I'm dirty. Dirty boy. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna remind me later, you fuck, because you should have done it. But anyway, alright, yeah, so I'll be back in just a few moments. I'm gonna pause this music. And then what I'll do is I'll be back and we'll finish this last bit up. And I'll probably prattle on like a moron for a little while. Thank you. too drunk to remember to turn on the mic. Now this mixture is much more Pepsi than it is rum, because Jesus Christ. Gotta be honest. Kind of hoping that the time warp doesn't come on my fucking music here, because otherwise I may very well start dancing in front of this thing. Alright, let's see. What do we got? We gotta think what we need. Those flowers have a pinkish tint, so let's get some. Terribly named flesh tint. Fucking hate the name of this shit. And that's a lot more than I need, but I just don't fucking care. This is the one color, I'll be honest, I am incredibly wasteful with. And yet somehow, like, I don't run out of this shit. Like, they're all the same color. Anyway. I always forget I have it or something, and I end up buying more, and then get home and I go, oh shit, I have 3 tubes of it. I used to use a lot more than I do nowadays, and that's probably why I have so much. I used to... The flesh tint I would make, or I shouldn't say flesh tint, like the white people tint I would make from when I do a self-portrait used to involve a lot more yellow ochre, that flesh tint, and titanium white. But then I got Naples Yellow Red from the Van Gogh paint collection. And, yeah, a little white. Done. Not doing anything real else, yeah. And now I'll just use that flesh tint pink as a, dashes to go into the skin a little later. And it works pretty well that way. I just hate its fucking name. They might as well just call it Caucasian baby ass or something like that, because that's really what it looks like as far as flesh goes. Anybody's had to change too many diapers, kid gets a little stomach bug, and you know exactly what I'm looking at. It's the part about parenting a baby that I don't miss, And your Facebook memories start popping up, every day or whatever, and you start looking at pictures. Like, I look at pictures of my kids when they were like, little babies. They weren't that big. They were a little bigger than that. I had big kids. But anyway, you start looking at those pictures, and you're like, oh, look how cute you were. Look at this, Like, Sophia, by the way, is one of my emojis for subscribers. For the top tier subscribers. That's one of my favorite pictures of her. And the thing is, like, when she was a kid, like, when she was a baby, she was funny as hell. She had so much personality in her face, just all the time. She still does. She's overly dramatic about everything, And, so she, whenever I see old pictures of her, it's like, oh, look how cute you were, you weren't a pain in the ass back then, look at that, But then I have to flash back to about the time that she was this age. Actually, when she was very young. I think she was about... I guess she would have been about 7 or 8 weeks old. Changing her diaper. And sure enough, even though she had just made a stanky, she shot like a fucking shotgun. Blow! All over me. I have never, not one of my children before, I've changed many a diaper before that moment. Not one had ever pissed or shit on me before that moment. She got me good. Holy shit, did she get me good. I was like, oh my god. I knew at that moment I was in trouble with her. Yeah, that's not the right size brush either. Where's the little one? That's what I'm looking for. Come on. Where are you? Up in No, that's not you. Fuck, where are you? You know where you are, you little bastard. There you are. It was the worst. And it was all over. Playpen, like, yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's horrible. Horrible. Actually, I shared that? And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, super close to the mic, you can't ignore this here. It's such an ancient pitch, but one I wouldn't switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. It's not a whole lot of like pain I'm picking up off of here, because this is all the stuff I did during like the 24-hour stream, so this shit's plenty dry. You know, when your mouth's getting dry, you plenty high. My heart says yes indeed in me. Proceed with what you're leading me to. It's such an ancient pitch, but one that I never switch, 'cause there's no nicer witch than you. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where will you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. Her husband was a hard-working man, just about a mile from here. His head was found in a dried-up well, but his body never was found. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me, where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine. I would shiver the whole night through. Sometimes. the sun don't ever shine, I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, don't lie to me. Tell me where did you sleep last night? In the pines, where the sun don't ever shine, I would shiver the whole night through. My girl, where you go? I'm going where the cold wind blows. And the pines, the sun shine, I would shiver. Oh, not through. Nope, okay, kind of milled around pick there. If I remember correctly, the MTV producers wanted him to go back out after that for like an encore. And he literally was like, Kurt was like, how do you follow that up? Like, you can't come back after that one. Like, he was so fucking powerful in that last bit. So if you're lonely, you know I'm here waiting for you. I'm just a crosshair. That's right, this brush is busted. I forgot about that. It's a good brush still, but it's busted. I'm careful with it. Shit. Alright. Alright, so let's think about what we can do here. I think it's worth strengthening up some of these lines here. I was using some pretty dark blues here, so these ones aren't sticking out now as much as they should. It's like nitpicky shit. Like, this isn't like anything that's like hardcore need to be done. I could leave it like this and be like, it'll sell as good as any of my other paintings. I can't say that. I mean, technically I've outsold my master, so I can't really complain, right? I can't complain too much. I can still complain. That's why I always say, like, whenever I ask people in the office, like, yeah, how you doing? And they're like, I can't complain. It's like, well, you're not trying hard enough. If you can't complain at my job, you ain't trying. swear to God, one time it came out of my mouth. I was amazed that they didn't say anything about it. Back before my breakdown, like literally, like right before my breakdown. Like we're talking probably within at last month or so. I had a customer who called in, and I said, "Hey, how are you today?" You know, no. He goes, looking down the grass instead of up at it, so that's a good thing, right?" And I was like, "If you say so," because I was like so like right on the edge there. You know, like they didn't understand. Like yeah, it's like obviously they didn't know anything about what was going on. Obviously to me at the time, but like I actually marveled at my honesty at that moment. Like it was like, oh shit, I just said that. Fuck. God, I didn't catch on. And I don't even mean like that. I think that they would be overly concerned. I think legitimately, like a 90% of the people I talk to, if they called in, and any one of us, I'm not even going to say me specifically, if they found out that any one of us had died, like the night before or whatever, and they were calling and asking for a case that like any one of my team had, and we said, "I'm sorry," they, like, "Hey, can I talk to me? I'll use my name so I don't give any of my teammates away. Hey, can I talk to Brian? Oh, well, he died last night. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Well, listen, I got this problem with this panel. Like they fucking blow right over it. Fucking, I've talked to these people a million times. They blow right the fuck over it. They wouldn't even be like, "We're gonna send a car." They'd be like, "Fuck this. All right, yeah, I got a problem with my panel." Like it wouldn't even pass their mind, So it's like my only concern when I was that honest with the dude was like, like, oh shit, he may think I'm telling him to fucking die. Like, like instead of being like, no, it's me who wants to, I'm suicidal right now. Like, not now. Boy, rum is fun, isn't it? Anyway, atmospheric haze, and I want to get up again. Then all I have to say, all I'm gonna do is to think you. You know what? This song literally I think comes on every episode. We're switching this shit. Fuck that. Get the fuck out of here. Get it out. I sort of think it's playing on the radio. Same order. Even though it's on shuffle. Alright, we'll let the violin concerto to end, I think. This is probably going to be the end of this episode soon. And you guys will forgive me if my breakdown is a little bit on my head. Like I said last night, was an anniversary technically. Well, not last night, yesterday as a whole. Was an anniversary of when I finally took the steps to get over my breakdown. My docs pulled me out of work. Like literally told me I'm on medical leave basically. No, not basically, they did. Literally they wrote a note. And technically it's the 7th, right? So, a week from yesterday was the first time I went to the Barnes Foundation 2 years ago. 2 years ago was the first time I went to the Barnes Foundation from yesterday. And today 2 years ago, I was at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. And it's actually the first time that I actually understood the painting Rain. So I mentioned a long, long time ago on the I did an artsy fartsy episode where I talked about aesthetics and you used old masters paintings and stuff. But I talked about rain specifically, and it was the first time I really got that painting. I had stood in front of that painting. Do I have the print somewhere? I think the print fell down, and I don't know where it is now. I think it fell behind the seat here. Behind the table. There's lots of spiders back there I ain't going for. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Van Gogh's Rain, it's a very different Van Gogh. If you're used to Starry Night, The Harvest, Crows in the Wheat Field, even, any of the bright colored Van Goghs that you're used to seeing. Then you go look at Rain, and you're like, what the fuck is with this painting? Because it's very gray. Like, there's still colors in it. There's lots of colors, but they're all, like, grayed out colors. It is a dark painting for Vincent. And I had stood in front of that painting. I've been to the Philadelphia Museum of Art more times than I can fucking remember. And that painting specifically, I've stood in front of probably at least for a time frame that would be about equal to, I'd say, at least 2 days. Like a full 48 hours, I'd say I've stood in front of that painting. Over multiple trips. They wouldn't let me stay there for 2 days. I know. I tried. No. But the thing was, I was always confused by it. As many Van Goghs as I've seen, I'm well over 100. That one stood out, and it's always been weird to me, and I never figured it out. And one of the major symptoms of my breakdown, when it finally, I was on the process of snapping through December of 2015, 2016. December 2016, going into, going into 2017. And in December of 2016, I had a freak out when I was talking to a customer over the phone. And then one of my coworkers at the time tried to transfer them back into me. Like, literally, I just hung up with them, and they called back, and they tried to get transferred back to me. And just to yell at me some more for something that was out of my fucking control. And then they freaked out on me again. And I went looking all over my desk for my scissors. I couldn't find them, so I found a paper clip. I opened it up, and I drug it right up my arm. Not unlike this green streak. That's totally... almost goes along the right line, though. Anyway, I drug it up my arm just to basically bleed out because my head was, so fevered. I literally couldn't hear my customer. The customer sounded kind of like the teachers or parents in the Charlie Browns. Like, it was literally just wah, 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 wah. Like, that's all I fucking heard. So, I drug the thing up my arm, and bleeding, all over it or whatever. And that was December. Now, that was dug deep enough that on February 14th of 2017, I still had the scar. Like, it was still very much noticeable. It's not there anymore. It's like there's one little white line here from it. But as I'm standing in front of Van Gogh's Rain, the whole fucking thing burned. Oh my god, did it burn. But anyway, I digress. I got ahead of myself. A month later, or actually almost 2 months later. Yeah, roughly. Month and a half. Right at the start, February 1st, legitimately. Same customer, actually, ironically. Or not ironically, I don't know. Had another bad incident with them, and I'm getting yelled at and freaking out. And my boss told me to take a walk. I took a walk out to the landing area out in front of our office area. Had a big, it was 2 stories, but there's this big open area. And so the second floor had this landing you could go stand out and sit out on. And I'm sitting out there looking at the field. I was in front of my, Parking lot's over here to the left. There's a field off to the right. And it's a bright sunny day. And I'm looking out at the field. And I could no longer see color. Like I could. Basically, if you're watching this, take your computer monitor, turn the saturation all the way the fuck down. I mean, not all the way down, but like to the point where it's not quite black and white, but it's pretty fucking close. That's what I saw. For someone like me now, I had not been painting for almost, at that point, it had been almost 3 years. But at least in my head, like whenever I'd look somewhere, you know, I saw my paintings, you know what I mean? Like, I could always look at it out of the field and go, oh, that's how I paint it, you know, in my head. And so this was like the first time that was all gone. Every fucking last spot of it was gone. And, needless to say, it did not help me stop freaking out. So that's when I went to my shrink that night, because I had an appointment had already been in place. I was like, yeah, this is... we went from, geez, I'm not feeling so mentally hot, to we're in fucking crisis. And, so he called me out. And it took till I was started my medication so I could actually see again. And, so I wasn't on the medications when I went to the Philadelphia Art Museum. So I could see, I mean, I was starting to see a little bit, I should say. You know, I mean, like, once the stress of work was gone, I could start to see. But it wasn't until the medications kicked on that I actually, like, could see again. But I was standing in front of Rain, and I went, oh my god. Like, I got it. Like, I totally understood at that time. You know? And like I said, the scar's fucking burning. And I'm standing in front of this thing going, holy shit, when Vincent cracked, when Vincent snapped, the ear was a fucking side effect. That is fucking nothing. I mean, I hate to say it that way, but like, that's that part everyone knows about. That's like fucking nothing, dude. That was him in the paperclip, basically. You know? He was able to find the sharp object. I just couldn't find the sharp one, so I just picked the next closest thing. But the color vanished, I guarantee you. And I don't know whether that Rain was done like one of the first paintings he did when he was in the asylum, or whether it was like when he had a relapse while he was in there. But I guarantee you it was near one of those. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I totally got it. Like, it was like, oh my god. And I cannot now, you know, I went back a couple times since then, and I cannot stand in front of that painting and not have my arm start burning. This arm still, there's no fucking scar there. As I said, there's a little white spot there. There's no scar. But I guarantee you I can trace that fucking thing as if it was just ripped down my skin right now if I stand in front of that painting. I dread it now, going to the museum. I still have to go. I still have to stand in front of it. Because I'm, you know, crazy like that. But, like, I cannot make it there. Like, and not, like, the second I see that painting, like, kind of, like, off in the distance in the gallery, it's like, oh, fuck, I gotta stand in front of that fucking thing. Oh, I don't want to do that. Like, because it hurts. It literally hurts now to stand in front of that painting. And to make it even like 10 times worse, the last time I was there, I'm standing in front of, like, I'm in one of the side galleries. Because if you've ever been to the Philadelphia Museum of Art, when you go down like the hallway where the Impressionist paintings all are, Rain is almost always exclusively in the hallway. And there's a lot of, like, the side galleries, a lot of the Monets and stuff. And then, like, Sunflowers in the big rotunda. But Rain is just sort of there, you know, in the middle of the hallway. And I was in one of the side galleries, but I heard the lady talking about Rain. And I'm like, I'm listening to one of these guides, and there's a hired museum guide, and she's talking, she's jabbering on, and like, she is fucking wrong on every fucking point. Like, legitimately, I just want to be like, no, even on a contextual, like, you know, what's legitimately written down about his time in the asylum. She was wrong on. And I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna start spitting out, but I'm like, I can't jump in front of that painting. Never promise to. I will never follow you. I will never bother you. And never say a word again. I will crawl away for good. I will move away from here. You won't be afraid of fear. If thought was put into this, always knew it would come to this. Things have never been so swell. I have never felt to fail. Pain, pain. This is one of those ironic songs too. When this song came out, many years after Kurt had died, it was right as I was about to start going through a custody battle for my oldest daughter. And, the line in there is, if thought was put into this, we always knew it would come to this. And it was one of those things where it's like, my lawyer, actually, when we went through the custody battle, before the custody battle ever started, we went to her about almost a year to the day, and we're like, look, she's coming. We know she's coming. She's gonna start a child's dispute over Alexis very soon, and I want to be ahead of the game. And she was like, oh, don't worry about it. Because the thing was, she was going through a custody dispute over her second child with that child's father. And I was like, she wins that case. She's going to win that case because everyone was shit. He was winning. I was like, she's coming for Alexis. And, wow, didn't go off. And I was like, I want to be ahead of this. Oh, don't worry about it, blah, blah. And, the song debuted, basically, almost the exact same time that we went through started going through the custody dispute. And I was like, if thought was put into this. Anyway. I think that's just about it. I think if I keep doing this, especially because I've been drinking, this is going to go very bad, very quickly. So I think we're going to accept it for what it is. We're going to take a little bit of that cobalt, or not cobalt, the ultramarine violet. I love this color. Mix that with a little bit of the white and not even the white, the paled out cobalt violet we made. Let's get that kind of mixed in there good. I don't want it to be super bright against here, you know what I mean? This one kind of have a presence. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. Let's mix that in there a little bit. Good enough to make sure I can spell my name. I hope I'm not too drunk to forget how to spell my name. I had to laugh. My daughter, my youngest, got into not a fight, but she had some of her friends actually tell her she didn't know how to actually spell her new last name because Coates is not spelled with an E when they talk about, the things you put over your fucking shoulders when you're weird during winter. And so her friends are like, that's not how you spell Coates. She's like, well, that's how I spell my name. My daughter is so sassy that, if I could find those children and just be like, don't go against her. She will fuck your day up. Don't, Alright. Let's get down here and get this done. historians are going to be like, this looks like it was signed by a 3-year-old.
But, well, granny, just gotta have them sugar crisps.
Anybody gets that, I'll be shocked.
Well, shuffled through the city on the 4th of July, had a firecracker waiting to blow. Breaking like a robber who was making his way to the cities of Mexico. The lady on the Avenue B, corner of town, had herself a lover who was finding gold, but I've been broken up and busting up since. Love don't play any games with you anymore if you did before. The world a long way, so better shave that thing right in through the door. And I still love you, New York. Picture that would fit in the folds of my wild and stay pretty good.
Alright, so I think that's it. It's almost 10 o'clock, which is pretty much when we normally cut off anyway, so I think we're going to call it and just finish my drink and go to sleep. Thank God I work from home tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do about Sunday's stream. Because according to my tracking for my stretchers, they're not even like really on their way yet. So what I might likely do, because I'm going to stay on track and not get fucked up with anything. I want to hit 15 paintings again this year, so I mean it's getting to work immediately again on the next one. So what I'm probably going to do is I will run out to like Michael's or something this weekend and grab a 16 by 20 frame, canvas or whatever, and I'll probably throw another coat of gesso on it just to be safe, because usually pre-bought or just like paper thin, primer on it. Chicks dig it. Anyway, we'll start the shoes that Allie brought me during the 24-hour stream. We'll start that on Sunday. So I guess that's the best way to put it. Yeah, best thing to do. Because I just don't feel like those stretchers are coming in time. Even if they got here, if they got here Saturday, I might have a shot to get one done in time. But that's just easier. I'll just go out and buy another one. So yeah. I guess we'll start the next painting on Sunday. Sunday's stream starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. It should be a quick start. We'll do a quick drawing and then right into the paint and underpainting, because it'll be back to the patterning stuff that I've done in previous paintings here. So, why don't we rate somebody? Who's on? Let's see who's on. I got 4 viewers here, right? Stick around, please. Who's on the rate? Pink Eye on? I like rating Pink Eye. I think she's on. Yeah, she is. So let's rate Pink Eye. So let me stop my music first, because I'm starting to get confused. Alright, so we're going to rate Pink Eye. So everybody, say Menaceart sent you. Alright, so clicking the raid. You should see the little button down below. I'm just ready to raid in like 6 seconds. Alright, and then I'll see you guys Sunday, 7:30, with a new painting. Thank God I've done this one. Alright, let's go. Oh, raiding party 2. You fuckers dropped out!